Huh. Nobody thinks about it, right? Because they're made in Mexico and they're made in China. So, hmm, come on, anybody needs to bring that up. Then we have a Supreme Court justice that is doing the same thing as the GOP, which is acting like they're upset. Because Roberts, he is making sure that he doesn't stain his reputation and his legacy, while also making sure that he does like Mitch McConnell and just allow for anything and everything to happen. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be in this mess. I mean, they you see how they all play one important role. It's just been little blocks being set up. It's been the little block about you get some immunity that you didn't used to get. We build the blocks where Congress is just saying, I'm sorry, what's happening here? No, I don't see any problem whatsoever," while they close their eyes and cover them with their hands. And so I am still trying to figure out how to do this whole how to wrangle with the emotions of, but you're not who I thought you were, you know, with the country. And I know, I get it. Many people, even the ones living here, feel the same way. The ones born and raised here. But I have spent more than half my life here. So you know that, yeah, they got their problems, a little bit of a racism going on and stuff like that, but nothing, you know, some laws are not as fair, some are unjust, but most are good working laws. And now we're seeing all these changes. I mean, we have the only black Supreme Court. I mean, no, no, not anymore. But we have a black Supreme Court justice who is advocating for same for marriage for people of different race to not be allowed to marry while he's married to a white woman. Is he gonna be an exception? Is he gonna be allowed to stay married to Gigi, or will he just divorce to stay true to his principles? The people of different race shouldn't marry, like blacks and whites. So we got a lot to fight for. We got a lot of work ahead of us, and please spread the word. I mean, remember, if you have an organization, if you have a friend, if you yourself have something that you want to express. Maybe it's something that you already organize yourself. You have an idea about how to do it and how to go about it and how to make it look good and all that stuff. Or maybe you just a dum dum like myself. They have no idea how to do it, as you can see every time I record an episode. Um, but you can just do your best, give it a shot. So I want to provide the tools for anyone to be able to do so. Anybody who has anything positive to say, I want you to be able to express it and not have to worry about whether you know what the process is, how to upload it, where to upload it, and things like that. So there's a lot of negativity and hate and discrimination and all that crap being spewed by people with a lot of reach. Joe Rogan and all those other ones. My thought is that maybe we can all start making noise like me on this little online podcast. Just, I call it static. Throw shit out there, positive shit, entertaining things, things that will drown the negativity that we hear from the right. It's better to hear echo than to hear a hate speech, right? It's better to hear white noise. It's better to hear just listen to crickets or toilet flushing. So this is not a toilet flushing. This is a pretty decent idea, and things like that. So let's make some white noise. Let's make some background noise, and let's drown the hate that they're spewing all over the place. And that's it. Hopefully, we'll get to a point where people will start actually participating, or going ahead and asking questions or comments, or just joining the conversation. In the meantime, I'm trying to, if I can change the subject for a minute, I didn't realize how damn complicated it is to do this whole setup about podcasting and whatnot. And by that, I mean, I finally decided to open a TikTok account today just for the podcast and whatnot. Apparently, TikTok is starting to do like a live thing or whatnot. I tried to go live, he didn't allow it. So, but I did realize that even though it wasn't accepting my camera from my computer because it's not a 1080p, it is allowing me to take the camera from the StreamYard and show it over there and do like a crop it so it doesn't show the full screen. It just shows a little screen, the little where I am, and all of that. So, but overall, I have this little space over here. Let me see if I can show a little. And so I'm trying to figure it out how to maybe put a microphone pulling out or something. I've been using this one. I don't know how it's gonna sound. I'm gonna have to listen to it later. Um, I have one of those that is like the full gamer thing that my son used to have, and now I use for when I'm on video calls and stuff for work. But this one I'm used to it because I use it for work when I'm interpreting. Um, I usually have it like this close to my mouth, like right on my mouth because I talk really low. And when I talk really low, blah, blah. But I don't know how it's going to sound right now. I have a voice mod to try to listen to myself, and with the Audacity, it's between one and the other one and the other one, the other one. So I decided to just go live over here and then take this audio and put it straight for the podcast. Um, Thinking all those other tools are going to be used for later on because part of the idea, not just to provide podcasts to other people and stuff like that, for you to express yourself and whatnot, but I really like the audio dramas. And I like stories like the No Sleep. I don't know if you ever heard Dr. No Sleep. He does one with SCP, SCP, SPC, SCP. And another one about just regular stories like creepy pasta type stories, or but really good. The guy has an amazing voice, awesome backgrounds. Then there's other ones like We're Alive, or basically any of the ones created by Seven Lamb Productions. Um, it's like when you put the TV to play and you walk away and you're still listening to it and you keep track of everything based on the audio. It is just as immersive. immerseful. So I would like to try to do something like that at some point. So I'm thinking if I buy those subscriptions for the lifetimes and stuff like that, then I can take advantage of it at some point, whether it's next week or next year. Um, have all the effects, have like I have the Revoicer subscription for life to be able to try to do the voice cloning and try to do AI reading and stuff like that. If somebody needs to be able to use it, that tool is available and so on. And so, because I mean, you gotta listen. If you speak Spanish, um, there are some by Podium Podcast. Buenísimos. Vergación de buenos son esos. O sea, en español, you don't really find much material. Y en esos, those are just freaking awesome. Um, but if you really want to be able to just enjoy some awesome podcasts, listen like audio drama, just search Seven Lamb Production, like Lamb. Um, and they got several shows. The people, the actors, and stuff like that, they are very communicative on their Facebook group. Um, Jack Austin, for example, that fucker, very nice. I never expected. I sent a message, hey dudes, I really enjoy your shows. Your voice is fucking awesome. Blah blah. I never really expected a reply because you never get those, but he actually replied the next day and continued the conversation a little bit and stuff. So, um, that's one of those that maybe in the future, not maybe, will be in the future. Just don't know when. Now, given everything is on steps, right? Like, since we're not just going to be giving a space to create podcasts, we're also going to go ahead and create a new podcast library and create the tools to be able to upload your podcast from the phone or from your computer. Because remember, the main idea of PKDK is that you just need this. That's it. A cell phone and internet. Because if you can record yourself and upload it to us, then that's it. Once the website is up and running, then you will just be able to upload it to the website, like directly from it on the app and stuff like that, and be good to go. And so, why? Because developed countries like the US and others such like, it's easy to get a computer. Two, $300, you get a Chromebook, or $500, or it's easy to get a computer. It's attainable. Many other countries, it's not that easy. Many other people, this is all they may have. And we're talking about go and buy the cheapest smartphone you can find, and that's what they have. So they might not even be able to do video. Many of the people that I not many, but I know several people who live in Latin America, for example. They got all the shit that they need, like we have them here. And then there are other ones, they got those phones that basically barely do anything. Some of them, they're like, shit, you know what? My camera broke. I can't do anything with it. Well, can you record voice? Go ahead and set it up. So I haven't started looking for everything else until that's set, because here in Rochester, we have a huge community for arts and performing and acting and stuff like that, especially with the colleges and stuff. So I think that's where I'm gonna be reaching out to later, to be able to go ahead and try to get some people passionate about it. Like there's a good 5 books that I have access to and permission to be able to just read them. And again, I haven't had time to do so, but thinking of, let's say, could be a regular audiobook, but the voice like this all the time can be boring as hell. Then I was thinking of maybe reading it, in a more animated way. But I'm not good at making voices, and I'm very shy at making voices. So, like, what am I gonna sound like? The voices I make for my daughter? Hi, how are ya? That sounds stupid. Like, no. And so the only other voice that I know is like my interpreting voice, and that's more like this because I'm just talking directly from inside, not using my throat, and that's just a little bit thicker. It's not even really anything. So it's just me talking a little bit more like that, which is sounds more like a freak, or creep. So yeah, voices is not my thing, but that's where voice mod comes in. I just I gotta practice more of my reading so it can sound more natural. You could see how reading that article later earlier on was like. Anyway, I am hopefully gonna be getting many of that things done in the next few months. Gonna be starting. I was able to find a couple of writers on Reddit who love to create their stories. They're giving me permission to read them, and then it's hard to find the time between the two or three podcasts that I want to record. This is the only one that I keep any kind of consistency with, and that's just by me forcing myself to at least do this, sit here and just talk shit. Um, try to give something for Jason and Eleanor and ourselves to laugh at later on. Those moments when you become old and start forgetting shit. Then you can just see it and watch it. It's like, what the hell was I thinking? Jesus Christ. um, but yeah, I gotta tell you though, going back to what I was saying earlier about the playground for Ellie, I am pretty freaking happy because I had put a platform and I had just a platform with a slide and the little wall rock climbing, but he had no rails. So today I took some of the I've been cutting a lot of logs and a lot of trees and branches and things like that. So I got plenty of those things available, like the rough wood and like rustic look. And so I put the fence around it. I had a piece of what was it? Pine. The branch had bent over, and it literally made the arch so that I can use it for like the little step up on the walkway. Um, I'm very excited because I tried to do that for Jason when he was a kid, and it's just living in the in-laws' house, not being my little playground, being his. It's completely different thing. You don't get a say now. Living on our own place years later, another kid. Um, Plus, I'm lucky enough that my neighbor is so kind with me, where they have so much wood back there, like. And so for me to just be able to go and cut what I need and bring it over and just use it. I mean, I just move a log that it was like 30 feet long or so, about, I would say, a good 10-inch round. And I had to drag it with a four-wheeler. I had to use those uh, wire ratchets to be able to lift it up. That thing took a few hours to get up on because I had cut two pine trees as well, and I left the trunks all the way to about 7 feet high, 6 feet high, about seven. And I put the log. on top of that one for the swing set and stuff like that. And so today I did the rails for it, and I basically took a whole bunch of branches and stuff like that from the pine and just putting it together. I gotta say, the jury came out extremely satisfied when Eleanor and her little friend Ava from next door were just loving it. I mean, have you ever seen a 5 and almost 3 year old squealing of happiness? Yeah. hmm Now, that right there is what I call a successful day for dad. Because it's just, I don't know, it is very fulfilling. If you ask me what's the reason of being alive, to me, it changes for everybody. But to me, it's to be a dad. Fuckers drive me crazy, don't get me wrong. Like, oh, they drive me nuts. Oh, but I wouldn't change them for $1 trillion. I don't give a crap what you offer me. You better not damn touch them. And so Jason is insanely crazy happy with a record player that he gets for his birthday. Like, this kid is so damn retro. He wanted a Game Boy, but I couldn't find a Game Boy. I'm gonna have to wait until later when when it's more accessible to get one. And the original Game Boy, keep in mind, from the 90s. So it's like from the 80s, 90s. I forget when the hell it came out. I'm awful with dates. But I the Nintendo 64, the original Nintendo. Um, you know, literally they're right there. And so the Super Nintendo, and then now wanting to buy LPs and be, have the needle and put it down and oh my God, he's such a geek. I fucking love it. Anyway, well, now I'm for sure going to be heading out. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, day, or whatever it is that you're doing. Talk to you soon, everyone. Thank you for listening to today's episode. Don't forget to follow this podcast so that you don't miss any new episodes. You can also search for PKDK on your favorite podcast player for all the other shows that we have.